Good morning again. It is a beautiful thing that we are together in this poetry. Let us dive into it. A Psalm of Life. It is a truly beautiful and highly inspirational poem. Let's explore it together, stanza by stanza, looking at what it means, the poetic devices used, and the fascinating history behind it. You know that this poem belongs to a special genre of poetry, which is known as Carpe Diem, which in Latin means seize the day. The poems of this genre are meant to inspire us to make the very most of the time we have on earth. Instead of seeing life as sad or without purpose, Longfellow's style here is incredibly positive and uplifting, urging us to strive hard and leave the results to God. The word psalm itself means a sacred song or hymn or worship songs. Let's move on to stanza 4. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. Art is long and time is fleeting, meaning art here means learning and knowledge. The poet is saying that gaining knowledge takes a long time, but our time on earth is fleeting. That means it is passing by very quickly. Even though our hearts are brave, every heartbeat is just ticking closer to the end of our lives. Note down the figure of speech used here is he uses a beautiful simile like muffled dreams are beating funeral marches to the grave. Just as drums are covered with a cloth at a funeral to make a solemn, deadened sound, our beating hearts are marching us steadily toward the end of our lives. Well, isn't that self-contradictory? A haunting paradox, in fact, that the very heartbeat that sustains our stout and brave lives is simultaneously counting down our steps to the grave. Well, we must assume that the poet uses this imagery not to cause despair, but rather to act as a catalyst for urgent action, to take the steering of our lives in our hands. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of our life, be not like dumb-driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life. Here, bivouac is a temporary camp used by soldiers. The poet is telling us that life is like a temporary battlefield. He commands us not to be lazy or blindly follow the crowd, just like sheep. Instead of being like dumb-driven cattle, we need to be heroes in our own struggles. Now, note down the figure of speech here is another simile, comparing passive people to dumb-driven cattle. Cattle, the dumb sheep. Okay? Sheep, you have seen that whenever or wherever one sheep goes, all of the herd, they follow it. He also uses a metaphor by comparing the world to a broad field of battle. So it is like a call to action to make us the hero of our lives, and the poet tends to challenge the readers to exert individual agency in this chaotic world, to take hold of our lives, to take hold of our decisions, rather than letting other people decide our fate. Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act in the living present, heart within and God overhead. The poet very meaningfully wants us to understand that we don't have to rely on the future, no matter how nice it seems, and don't dwell on the past. Let the dead past bury its dead. The only thing that matters is taking action right now in the living present, while trusting your heart and trusting God. Please note down that this stanza forms the philosophical core of the poem. it utilizes personification to contrast time. The past is personified as a corpse that must bury its dead, while the present is characterized as living. Now, one more note is on biblical reference here. The poet uses direct allusion from the book of Matthew, chapter 8, verse 22. Well, in this verse, a disciple tells Jesus that I'm ready to follow you, but let me go and bury my father who is deceased. Then in other cultural interpretations, it is also said that maybe his father was not dead, but he wanted to return to his family, take care of his old father. Then after his death, he would come back and serve Jesus. But here, the reply of Jesus was, let the dead past bury its dead. Which means maybe Jesus was not talking about the physically dead. See, Jesus always spoke in parables. He always gave examples, right? And so maybe he was not talking about the physically dead, but about the spiritually dead people. He also said that time is near and you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for the spiritual devotion and to be nearer to God. Here the poet wants us to be spiritually ready always, because we do not know when the time will be when this world will end. It is hinting us towards the doomsday and preparation to be beforehand for us to be ready enough to go and be welcomed in the arms of God. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing leave behind us footprints on the sand of time. This stanza gives us the meaning that when we look at the lives of great people from history, it reminds us that we too can make our lives sublime, which is noble and great. When we die or when we are departing from this earth, we can leave a lasting legacy behind us. The figure of speech used here in this poem stanza is the poet uses the famous metaphor footprints on the sand of time to represent the great permanent dates we leave behind in human history. Footprints that perhaps another, sailing over life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, seeing shall take heart again. Footprints that perhaps another. Why do our footprints matter? Maybe because someday another person, a forlorn or shipwrecked brother, might see what we had achieved. This represents someone who has failed or faces moral and material ruin while sailing the ocean of life. Seeing the mark we left on the world, the destinations we have reached, or the paths we have taken, this might help that person to take heart again and find again the courage to keep going further. Longfellow answers the problem of our fleeting mortality with the concept of lasting legacy. He further introduces another metaphor here, comparing life to a solemn main. A person who has failed in life or faces moral and material ruin is described as a shipwrecked brother. Critically, this shows that individual greatness is not selfish. Our footprints serve as a navigational beacon of hope so that future generations facing similar hardships shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Here the poet wants us to know that in the big finale of life, that is our journey towards the ends of our life, in between, we need to get up and get to work. We must have the courage to face any fate that comes up. We must keep achieving, keep pursuing our goals, and learn the value of hard work that is laboring hard, while having the patience to wait for the rewards. So the poem concludes by balancing the fierce ambition with disciplined patience. Longfellow uses structural parallelism in the phrase still achieving, still pursuing to create a sense of continuous, unstoppable momentum. Having a heart for any fate means developing the emotional resilience to face absolutely any predictable or unpredictable situation life throws at us. The poem closes on a paradox. We must fiercely labor or work hard, but simultaneously learn to wait. This teaches that while we must control our actions, we must patiently accept the rewards of those actions will take time to manifest. So Longfellow wants us to be spiritually, courageously, honestly ready for all the things that come to us in our lives and be ready for any challenges that come in our way. Finally, over the course of this poem, we have seen how Longfellow passionately challenges the pessimistic view that life is but an empty dream. Instead, he lays down a powerful, highly inspirational philosophy, asserting that life is real, life is honest, and reminding us that grave is not our ultimate goal. As we conclude, it is essential to remember that this poem belongs to the Carpe Diem genre, which stems from a Latin phrase by Horace meaning seize the day. Longfellow is not just telling us to enjoy today, he is rather giving us a moral imperative to progress. I dare say he commands us to reject passive daydreaming and regret, writing, "Trust no future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead," and urges us to act in the living present. Let's look at the brilliant structure Longfellow uses to make this call to action so effective. The poem features a highly structured, recurrent rhythm patterned in every stanza. 8 syllables, 7 syllables, 8 syllables, 7 syllables, paired in with an alternating rhyming scheme. This steady, pulsing beat purposely mirrors the metaphor of our hearts, beating like muffled drums, playing funeral marches to the grave. This rhythm acts as a constant reminder that our time on earth is fleeting, instilling a profound sense of urgency. Because our time is short, the poet uses striking martial imagery, commanding us not to be passive like term-driven cattle in the temporary bivouac of life, but rather to be a hero in the strife. But why must we fight so hard? What is the ultimate purpose of our actions? The poet answers this with one of the most famous metaphors in literature, leaving footprints on the sands of time. By making our life sublime or noble, the great deeds we accomplish becoming a permanent part of human history. More importantly, these footprints serve as a beacon of hope when a forlorn and shipwrecked brother, representing someone who has failed in life and is distressed by moral or material ruin, sees our achievements, they will take heart again and find the courage to keep sailing over life's solemn ocean. Our individual greatness, therefore, is intimately connected to inspiring others. Longfellow leaves us with a perfectly balanced final instruction. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. He teaches us that we must have the courage to face any unpredictable situation life throws at us, a heart for any fate. We must fiercely and continuously pursue our goals, but we must also possess the discipline and patience to wait. for the rewards of our hard work. In conclusion, a psalm of life is a timeless anthem of human agency. Longfellow replaces despair with continuous action, providing a profound impetus for us to progress further than before. So remember, as you step out of your studies or your classroom or your workplace, these words: seize the day, leave your footprints, and always strive to be a hero in the battlefield of life.